Don't scroll. I know you've been feeling it. That nagging sense that something isn't right. That whisper in the back of your mind that you've been trying to ignore. That feeling in your gut that won't go away at night. You've been telling yourself you're paranoid, insecure, overthinking. You're not. Your special person is sharing their bed with someone else. Not emotionally. Physically. Not with a stranger. With someone you know. Someone close to you. Someone you trust. Someone you never suspected. The betrayal is deeper than you imagined. Not because the act is worse. Because the deception is worse. They lied to you. Every day. Every night. Every time they said, "I love you." Not because they didn't love you. Because they loved someone else too. And they loved their secret more than they loved your trust. The name of the person they're sharing their bed with is not for me to say out loud. For you to discover. The truth is coming. Not because you deserve the pain. Because you deserve the truth. And the truth will set you free. Not from pain. From deception. Not from hurt. From continued hurt. Not from betrayal. From living a lie. The lie is ending. Not because you exposed it. Because I am exposing it. I am the God of truth. And I do not let lies stand forever. The truth is coming. Not to destroy you. To deliver you. You have been living in a fog. Not because you're stupid. Because they were careful. Careful to hide. Careful to deceive. Careful to maintain the illusion. But illusions cannot last forever. The truth is like the sun. It always rises. The sun is rising. Not gently. Suddenly. The truth will shock you. Not because you're naive. Because you're trusting. And trusting people are easily deceived. Not because they're weak. Because they're good. And good people assume good in others. They assumed good in you. They were wrong. They are not good. Not because they're evil. Because they're broken. Broken people do broken things. They have been sharing their bed. Not because they love this person. Because they're empty. Empty people try to fill themselves. Not with love. With attention. Attention is not love. Love is not attention. They have confused the two. Not because they're stupid. Because they're desperate. Desperate people do desperate things. They share their bed. Not because it satisfies. Because it distracts. Distraction is not satisfaction. It is just distraction. They are distracted. Not from you. From their emptiness. Their emptiness is loud. It screams for attention. They try to silence it with physical intimacy. Physical intimacy does not silence emptiness. It amplifies it. After the intimacy, the emptiness is louder. They chase more intimacy. Not because it works. Because they don't know what else to do. They are lost. Not because you didn't guide them. Because they won't follow. You cannot guide someone who won't follow. Not because you're not a good guide. Because they are not good followers. They want to lead. Their desires lead. Not you. Not me. Their desires. And their desires are poor leaders. They lead to destruction. Not immediately. Eventually. But surely. They are on the path to destruction. Not because you pushed them. Because they chose it. Their choice. Not your fault. So stop blaming yourself. And start healing. Don't scroll. Stay with me. This is where most people want to blame themselves. Don't. Here's what the bed sharing is not. It is not about you. Not about your worth. Not about your attractiveness. Not about your lovability. It is about their weakness. Their inability to be faithful. Their inability to be honest. Their inability to be satisfied. They are broken. Not because you failed to fix them. Because they refuse to be fixed. They chose their brokenness. Not because they had no choice. Because they preferred it. Preferring brokenness over wholeness is foolish. Not because wholeness is easy. Because brokenness is painful. They chose pain. Not because they're masochists. Because they're addicted. Addicted to the thrill. The secrecy. The risk. Addiction is a prison. Not because the bars are visible. Because they are not. They are trapped. Not by you. By their choices. Every choice to betray added a bar. Every lie added a lock. Every secret added a guard. They are imprisoned. Not by you. By themselves. And they cannot escape. Not because I won't help. Because they won't accept. Acceptance is the key. They have not accepted their addiction. Not because they don't know. Because they don't want to know. Denial is comfortable. Not because it's true. Because it's familiar. They are comfortable in their denial. Not because it's good. Because it's easy. Easy is not good. Easy is just easy. They chose easy. Not because it's right. Because it's convenient. Convenience is not love. Love is not convenient. Love is sacrifice. Love is commitment. Love is faithfulness. They chose convenience. Not because they love you. Because they love themselves. Selfishness is the root. Not of love. Of betrayal. They are selfish. Not because they're evil. Because they're immature. Immature people think of themselves first. Mature people think of others. They are immature. Not because they're young. Because they're stunted. Stunted in their growth. Stunted in their character. Stunted in their love. They have not grown. Not because they couldn't. Because they wouldn't. Growth is painful. They chose comfort over growth. Not because they're wise. Because they're foolish. Foolishness is not ignorance. Foolishness is choosing wrong. They chose wrong. Not because they didn't know better. Because they didn't care. Indifference is the enemy of love. Not hatred. Indifference. They are indifferent. Not to you. To your pain. They don't care how much this hurts you. Not because they're cruel. Because they're self-absorbed. Self-absorption blinds. They cannot see your pain. Not because it's hidden. Because they're not looking. They are looking at their bed partner. Not at you. You are not in their field of vision. Not because you're invisible. Because they're not looking. They chose not to look. Not because they had no choice. Because they wanted what they wanted more than they wanted to see you. Their desire for intimacy blinded them. Not because intimacy is evil. Because it was unchecked. Unchecked desire becomes a tyrant. It demands. It consumes. It destroys. Their desire has destroyed your trust. Not because desire is bad. Because they didn't control it. They let it control them. They are slaves. Not to you. To their desires. And slaves cannot love. Not because they don't want to. Because they're not free. Freedom is required for love. Love is a choice. Not a feeling. A choice. Slaves cannot choose. They can only obey. Their desires command. They obey. Not because they love. Because they are enslaved. You are not responsible for their slavery. Not because you didn't try. Because you cannot free them. Only I can. And they will not let me. Not because I am not powerful. Because they are not willing. Willingness is the key. They are not willing. Not because they can't be. Because they choose not to be. Their choice. Not your failure. So release them. Not in anger. In sadness. But release. They are not your project. They are mine. Give them to me. And walk away. Not in defeat. In freedom. You are free from the responsibility of fixing them. You never had it. Only I do. And I have chosen not to force them. Not because I am weak. Because I respect their choice. Even when their choice is destructive. I do not force. Love does not force. So release. Not of love. Of responsibility. Love them from a distance. Not close enough to be hurt. Love them with prayer. Not with proximity. Pray for them. Not that they would change. That they would want to change. Prayer is powerful. Not because you're powerful. Because I am. Pray. And release. And let me deal with them. I am just. Not vengeful. Just. Justice will come. Not in your timing. In mine. But it will come. So trust. Not in your ability to change them. In my ability to bring justice. And justice will prevail. Not because you deserve it. Because I am good. And good prevails. So trust. And release. And let me handle them. You are free. Don't scroll. This is where everything shifts. Here's what this revelation means for you. It means you can stop blaming yourself. You've been blaming yourself. Thinking you were the problem. That if you were better, they would not have looked elsewhere. Not true. They looked elsewhere because they are lookers. Not because you weren't enough. No one is ever enough for a looker. Because the problem is not you. The problem is them. They have a hole in their soul. Not because you didn't fill it. Because they won't let me fill it. Only I can fill that hole. Not you. Not anyone else. Me. They have not come to me. So they keep looking for filling elsewhere. Not because other people can fill them. Because they are desperate. Desperate people do desperate things. They share their bed. Not because it satisfies. Because it distracts. Distraction is not satisfaction. It is just distraction. They are distracted. Not from you. From their emptiness. Their emptiness is loud. It screams for attention. They try to silence it with physical intimacy. Physical intimacy does not silence emptiness. It amplifies it. After the intimacy, the emptiness is louder. They chase more intimacy. Not because it works. Because they don't know what else to do. They are lost. Not because you didn't guide them. Because they won't follow. You cannot guide someone who won't follow. Not because you're not a good guide. Because they are not good followers. They want to lead. Their desires lead. Not you. Not me. Their desires. And their desires are poor leaders. They lead to destruction. Not immediately. Eventually. But surely. They are on the path to destruction. Not because you pushed them. Because they chose it. Their choice. Not your fault. So stop blaming yourself. And start healing. Not by understanding them. By letting them go. You will never fully understand them. Not because you're not smart. Because you're not them. Only I understand them. And I am not going to explain them to you. Not because I am hiding. Because you don't need to understand. You need to heal. Understanding is not required for healing. Releasing is. Release them. Not with questions. With trust. Trust that I know what I am doing. Even when you don't understand. Trust. And heal. Don't scroll. Stay with me. We're halfway through part 1. Here's what you need to do now. Not confront them. Release them. Confrontation will not help. It may escalate. They will not admit what they did. Not because it's not true. Because they cannot. Their shame is too great. So they will deny. Deflect. Defend. And you will be drawn back into their chaos. Do not go. Not because you're afraid. Because you're wise. Wisdom knows when to confront and when to release. Release. Not in defeat. In freedom. Release them to me. I will handle them. Not with your anger. With my justice. My justice is perfect. Not harsh. Perfect. It will correct. It will restore. It will redeem. Not necessarily them. You. So release. Not with words. With silence. Silence is not giving up. Silence is giving over. Giving them over to me. I will deal with them. Not with your explanations. With my justice. So release. Not in anger. In peace. Not in revenge. In freedom. Release. And walk away. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here's what this means for your future. It means you can move forward. Not with them. Without them. They have been holding you back. Not physically. Spiritually. The betrayal has kept you stuck. Not because you couldn't move. Because you were afraid. Afraid of the truth. Afraid of the pain. Afraid of being alone. No more. You are free. Not because they let you go. Because you let them go. Let them go. And move. Not in fear. In freedom. Not in guilt. In grace. Not in hesitation. In confidence. Move. Into the future I have for you. Not the future they wanted for you. The future I planned for you. It is good. Not easy. Good. Because I am in it. And I am good. So move. Not around them. Away from them. Not in anger. In peace. Not in revenge. In release. Move. And let me lead you. Into freedom. Into purpose. Into life. The life you were meant to live. Not the life they tried to steal. The life I am giving. It is yours. Take it. Not from them. From me. I am giving. Receive. Don't scroll. We're almost through part 1. Here's what I want you to take with you. Your special person is sharing their bed with someone else. Now you must release them. Not in confrontation. In release. Not in explanation. In silence. Not in proving yourself. In freedom. Not in fixing them. In releasing them. You will grieve. You will need support. You will be tempted to go back. But you will heal. These are not predictions. They are promises. Promises that releasing them is the right choice. Not the easy choice. The right choice. And right choices lead to life. Not easy life. Real life. Life with peace. Life with joy. Life with freedom. That life is coming. Not because you deserve it. Because I am good. And good gives. So release them. Not in fear. In faith. Not in anger. In wisdom. Not in bitterness. In hope. Release. And trust that I am with you. Every step. Not watching from a distance. Walking beside you. Every step. Even the steps that feel like going backward. I am with you. And I am leading you forward. Not quickly. But surely. One step at a time. Take the next step. Not the perfect step. The next step. And I will be with you. Breathe. Put your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. I put it there. I am keeping it beating. I am not going to stop. And neither should you. Because the truth is being revealed. And the truth will set you free. Don't scroll. Part 2 is here. And if you made it through Part 1, if you stayed when the truth about the bed sharing was revealed, then you're ready for what comes next. Because Part 1 was about the revelation. The hidden truth. The betrayal you never saw coming. The name that is being revealed. Part 2 is about walking away from the betrayal and into your healing. Not in your strength. In mine. Not overnight. Over time. But surely. The betrayal has wounded you. Not because you're weak. Because betrayal wounds. And wounds need healing. Not time. Me. I am the healer. Not a process. A person. Come to me. Bring your wounded heart. I will heal it. Not overnight. But truly. One layer at a time. As you spend time with me. As you read my word. As you pray. As you worship. Healing comes. Not because you're trying. Because I am working. In you. Through you. For you. Because you are mine. And I heal what is mine. So come. Not when you're ready. Now. I am waiting. Not with a lecture. With love. Not with judgment. With grace. Not with disappointment. With hope. Hope for you. Not for them. You are not them. You are mine. Come. So take a breath. Stay with me. Don't scroll. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to help you walk away from the betrayal and into your healing. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is the first thing you need to do to walk into your healing. Stop carrying their shame. You have been carrying their shame. Their guilt. Their betrayal. Not because you're responsible. Because you're hurt. Hurt people carry. Not because they should. Because they do. You have been carrying what is not yours. Their shame is theirs. Not yours. You cannot carry it. Not because you're weak. Because it's not yours. Only they can carry their shame. Only I can heal it. You cannot. So stop carrying. Not because you don't care. Because you cannot. You cannot carry what is not yours. Not because you're weak. Because you're not God. Only I can carry their shame. Not you. So give it to me. Not by accepting their betrayal. By releasing their shame. Release them to me. I will carry them. Not because it's easy. Because I am strong. Give them to me. And let me deal with them. You are not their savior. You are their victim. Not anymore. You are becoming their survivor. Survivors don't carry the shame of the one who hurt them. Survivors heal. Heal. Not by carrying. By releasing. Release. And let releasing be the first step. Don't scroll. Stay with me. This is where most people want to keep carrying. Don't. Here is the second thing you need to do to walk into your healing. Feel your own pain. Not theirs. Yours. You have been focusing on their pain. Why they did it. What they were feeling. How they must be suffering. Stop. Their pain is not your concern. Your pain is. You have been ignoring your pain. Not because you don't feel it. Because you're avoiding it. Avoidance is not healing. Avoidance is delay. Feel your pain. Not because it's good. Because it's real. Real pain needs to be felt. Not suppressed. Not ignored. Not numbed. Felt. Cry. Scream. Write. Walk. Punch a pillow. Let the pain out. Not because it will fix anything. Because it will keep you from getting stuck. Unprocessed pain becomes bitterness. Not because you're weak. Because pain demands to be felt. Feel it. Not forever. For now. Give yourself permission to hurt. Not because it's good. Because it's real. And real is where healing begins. So feel. And let feeling be the first step. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is the third thing you need to do to walk into your healing. Forgive yourself. Not them. Yourself. You have been blaming yourself. I should have seen it coming. I should have stopped it. I should have been different. Stop. You did nothing wrong. You trusted. Trust is not wrong. They betrayed. Betrayal is wrong. Not your fault. Theirs. So forgive yourself. Not because you're perfect. Because you're innocent. Innocent of their betrayal. Not innocent of everything. Innocent of this. You did not cause it. You could not stop it. You are not responsible. So forgive yourself. Not with your feelings. With your will. Choose to forgive yourself. Even if you don't feel like it. Feelings follow choices. Choose. And forgive yourself. Not once. Every day. As the self-blame rises, forgive yourself again. And again. Until the blame loses its power. Self-forgiveness is not a one-time event. It is a process. A process that leads to freedom. your freedom. So forgive yourself. Not because you're perfect. Because you're forgiven. By me. Now forgive yourself. Don't scroll. This is where everything shifts. Here is the fourth thing you need to do to walk into your healing. Set boundaries. Not with them. With yourself. Boundaries with your thoughts. With your time. With your energy. You have been giving them free rent in your head. They live there. Not because you invited them. Because you never evicted them. Evict them. Not with anger. With intention. I will not think about them today. I will not replay the betrayal. I will not wonder why. Boundaries. Set them. Not in weakness. In strength. Strength says, enough. Say it. Enough. Not to them. To yourself. Enough thinking about them. Enough analyzing. Enough suffering. Boundary. Set it. And keep it. Not because you're cold. Because you're healing. Healing requires space. Not from them only. From thoughts of them. Give yourself space. Not by forgetting. By choosing. Choose to think about something else. Not everything. Something. One thing. Then another. Then another. Until the thoughts of them become rare. Not because you've forgotten. Because you've healed. Healed people don't forget. Healed people move on. Move on. Not to another person. To yourself. Your healing is the destination. Not a relationship. Your wholeness. Pursue wholeness. Not them. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is the fifth thing you need to do to walk into your healing. Reclaim your identity. Not who they made you. Who I made you. They made you a victim. Not because you are. Because they victimized you. But you are not your victimization. You are not what happened to you. You are who I say you are. Loved. Chosen. Forgiven. Sealed. Secure. Valuable. Wise. Mine. Not a victim. A victor. Not because you won. Because I won. And you are in me. Reclaim your identity. Not by fighting. By believing. Believe what I say about you. Not what they did to you. What they did is not who you are. Who you are is my child. Reclaim. Write it down. I am not a victim. I am a child of God. Say it. Out loud or in your heart. Say it until you believe it. Not because saying it makes it true. Because it is true. And saying it helps you remember. Reclaim your identity. And let reclaiming be healing. Don't scroll. Stay with me. We're halfway through part 2. Here is the sixth thing you need to do to walk into your healing. Get support. Not from them. From others. You cannot do this alone. Not because you're weak. Because humans need each other. Find someone to talk to. A friend. A counselor. A support group. Someone who will listen without judging. Someone who will remind you that you're not crazy. Someone who will hold space for your pain. You need support. Not because you can't handle this. Because you weren't meant to. I created you for community. For connection. For sharing burdens. So get support. Not by hiding. By reaching out. Not by pretending you're fine. By admitting you're not. Not by being strong. By being honest. Get support. And let others help you carry this weight. It is too heavy for you alone. I know. I designed you. And I designed you for community. So get support. Not tomorrow. Today. Reach out. There is someone who loves you and wants to help. Let them. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is the 7th thing you need to do to walk into your healing. Don't isolate. Your instinct will be to hide. To withdraw. To pull away from everyone. Not because you're antisocial. Because you're ashamed. Even though you did nothing wrong, shame comes. Shame says, hide. But hiding is not the answer. Isolation will only make the shame worse. It will give you too much time to think. To spiral. To believe the lies. So don't isolate. Stay connected. To me. To your true friends. To your community. Not to everyone. To the ones who love you. Let them in. Let them support you. Let them remind you of who you really are. Not who they say you are. Who I say you are. Don't isolate. Reach out. Not to explain. To be known. Not to defend. To be loved. Not to justify. To be held. Reach out. And let love be your shelter. Not isolation. Love. Don't scroll. We're almost through part 2. Here is the 8th thing you need to do to walk into your healing. Trust my timing. Not yours. You want to be healed now. Whole now. Happy now. I understand. But healing takes time. Not because I am slow. Because you are human. And humans need time. Time to process. Time to grieve. Time to grow. Trust the time. Not because it's comfortable. Because it's necessary. Rushing will only cause more pain. Not because I am punishing you. Because you are not ready. Readiness takes time. So trust my timing. Not because you understand. Because I do. Not because you can see the future. Because I can. Not because you're strong enough. Because I am. Trust my timing. And heal. Not quickly. Truly. One day at a time. I am with you. Every day. Even the days that feel like setbacks. I am with you. And I am leading you forward. Not quickly. but surely. One step at a time. Trust the timing. And heal. Listen to me. Your heart needs this right now. Here is what I want you to take with you. Your special person has been sharing their bed with someone else. Now walk into your healing. Stop carrying their shame. Feel your own pain. Forgive yourself. Set boundaries. Reclaim your identity. Get support. Don't isolate. Trust my timing. These are not suggestions. They are steps. Steps toward healing. Not a perfect healing. A true healing. Take them. Not quickly. Prayerfully. Not alone. With me. I am with you. Every step. Not watching from a distance. Walking beside you. Every step. Even the steps that feel like going backward. I am with you. And I am leading you forward. Not quickly. But surely. One step at a time. Take the next step. Not the perfect step. The next step. And I will be with you. Breathe. Put your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. I put it there. I am keeping it beating. I am not going to stop. And neither should you. Because the betrayal is not your identity. Your identity is child of God. And child of God heals. Not in fear. In faith. Not alone. With me. Heal. I am with you.